the trademark search database allows you to search by the trademark owner. So that's the key here for this search methodology. So this is a really simple tool, but it's really powerful. With this technique, yeah, it's fun. We can go back and see Amazon's earliest trademark. You're going to see it's on a online marketplace for selling books. It's all really cool, but you can actually apply this to other areas. For example, if you're doing a portfolio analysis of a company, you can actually go on to the trademark search database and identify live dead marks for companies. These could be companies that you're just generally interested in, that you're tracking. Maybe you want to see what brands they're pushing out, what brands are coming, or maybe they're a competitor and you're trying to gain some knowledge on where they're going, just to give you competitive advantage in the marketplace. You might want to see what your competitors are filing marks under and what marks they're, and you also might find patterns, right? So pattern recognition, you might be able to recognize a certain competitor of yours is filing a lot of trademarks in a certain class. So this is all things that you can do with the technique that I'm about to show you. And it's remarkably simple. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing that you're going to do is you want to go to test2.uspto.gov. This is the trademark search database page for the USPTO. So once you're there, you're going to have options. You can do a basic word mark search. You can also do more advanced stuff, structured searches, free-form searches. Here's what you're going to do. Once you go to that site, you're going to click the very top link, basic word mark search, new user. Now, once you're here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, so in this case, we're going to try to find Amazon. So you can do amazon.com, but here it's very important that you select the owner, so the owner name and address. So what you're going to do is you're going to type amazon.com, and what we're doing is we're searching for all trademarks that are owned by amazon.com. Now, if you're not sure, you can always go to a stock exchange site, for example, finance.yahoo.com, especially for publicly traded companies, and you can identify what the legal name of that entity is. In this case, it's amazon.com space Inc. So we could do amazon.com and Inc. Or frankly, you can just do amazon.com, see what results you get. And if those include, if it's a more common name, for example, for a company, it might actually encompass other companies in there that are not the ones you want. But if you want, you can always add address information as well. So I could add and Washington here. I'm not going to do that for this search because amazon.com is fairly unique, and this will be sufficient. Now, let's look for live, okay, live marks. Now remember, trademarks don't always actually get registered on the principal or supplemental register. Sometimes they die for various reasons. Now, in the past, we created content around maintaining your trademark, right? So let's say you get a mark registered, but you don't adequately maintain it. Well, then it's going to expire. And so it's going to come up as a dead mark. Now, another reason why trademarks are abandoned is if you get an office action from the trademark examiner and you don't respond. So if you don't respond within 6 months, then your trademark application will go abandoned. And so those will also show up as dead marks. The way you would go about this is you would type in the company name, in this case, amazon.com, and as a search term. You're going to want to click live because we're going to only focus on live marks. And then it's very important, again, that you select this drop down here and that you select owner name. Now, once you've done this, then all you have to do is click submit query, click next list. So we're going to go, so we see there's 31 entries. So these are all live marks that are owned by amazon.com. And if we go to the very bottom here, my guess is that this is probably the very first and earliest amazon.com owned mark. Now let's click here and check it out. And as you can see, computerized online ordering service featuring the wholesale and retail distribution of books. And interestingly, we can also see the first use information. So the first use was in April 15th of 1995. Same with the first use in commerce. Now, in the future, I'm going to get into what the difference is between first use and first use in commerce. But this is pretty cool. So this is the very, very first mark that was owned by Amazon.com or Amazon Technologies. If you had searched Amazon and Technologies in the search box, you would have gotten similar results. But it's pretty cool to see this and to take a look at it and just see that this is the original that was filed. When was it filed? Back in October 23rd of 1995. And again, for a first use of in April earlier that year in 1995. It's pretty cool. And this is their mark. And again, if you recall, they started out as a online book sales business. So pretty neat. You can also see the details of the actual application. And you can see, for example, additional information about the mark and who the owner that owns it, and even prosecution history, who their current representatives are. All this information is available. Pretty neat stuff. Great. So again, we'll bring a lot more awesome content to all of you. So thank you.